Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be featuring a green-white CoCo Angel list in an Explorer. The link to the deck is in the description below. I'm going to talk about the game plan, some of the specific card choices, and a little bit about the sideboard, and then we'll play a couple of matches. So, let's go. I've covered this deck before, but I figured it's kind of worth revisiting some decks after a little bit of time because the metagame changes and some specific card choice changes, or we want to like play with it a little more. And so that's what's happening here. The general idea of this deck is you're going to use these powerful angels with Collected Company to overwhelm your opponent in a very, very short time by creating a lot of big flying lethal threats. And how that happens is we have Giada, which whenever another angel enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield with additional +1/+1 counters. Youthful Valkyrie gets bigger whenever another angel enters the battlefield. Bishop will gain you life when another angel enters the battlefield, and that in combination with Resplendent Angel and Righteous Valkyrie, you're going to be gaining a lot of life, and when you gain life, your angels will get bigger because of Righteous Valkyrie, or with Resplendent Angel specifically, you will, when you gain more life, you create more angels, usually then increasing your life total more. But you can very easily cast Resplendent Angel on turn 4 and not only gain like 12 life that turn, but create another huge angel with maybe Giada out, right? And that's kind of how this deck plays out. With Collected Company, you can wait until your opponent's end step to Collected Company, and you can get two angels out of nowhere, and sometimes you can get Righteous Valkyrie and Resplendent Angel, and then just win right away during your turn. And so what's different about this specific version is, in previous versions, there was a 1/1 Spirit with Disturb that it used to play, and I wasn't really the biggest fan of that. So what we're doing right now is we have 2 Authority of the Consuls and 1 Cleric Class as different ways to gain life. Authority is good against different aggro decks. It makes their creatures enter the battlefield tapped, and you can gain life off their stuff. And I found it to be maybe a little more of a consistent way to gain life than that Disturb creature. And it is really good against certain decks. And so that's why I really, really liked it. Cleric Class is the card I'm just playing around with, seeing how much I like it. And I don't love it yet, but I'm still giving it a chance. One of the cool things it does do is the level 2 where you gain life and put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control is actually very relevant in this deck. Now, this isn't necessarily a life gain based deck, but it does gain a lot of life. And when you're gaining life just randomly from different triggers, Cleric Class's second level can do a lot of work. And the reanimation at level 5 is also really, really relevant when it happens. But if we're reanimating something there, we haven't already won by like turn 4, and that might be somewhat of a problem. I have March here as main deck interaction and removal. I found that this deck was very, very, how do you say politely, all in on the aggro plan before. And one interaction spell in the main deck isn't going to change the world, but maybe it will. And then another card I'm trying out is Metallic Mimic. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. And besides it being a creature of that type, each other creature you control of the chosen type enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I wanted something that wasn't the 1-drop life gain creature, but I didn't want to just put in 4 non-creatures to make CoCo a little worse. So this is just a creature that we can get with CoCo that kind of plays into the Angel sub-theme, and we'll see how it goes, if it's even worthwhile or works. And then in the sideboard, I don't know what changed, but general, like, we have more removal, graveyard stuff, you know, anti-sacrifice stuff, and different control decks. You have stuff if you need to exile problematic artifacts and enchantments, which you might. So again, more of what you would expect in a sideboard, and you can always change your sideboard to what you're facing or expecting to face in the metagame. One of the cool things now, though, that I like about this, sideboarding is always like something I don't love to do because it's always very, very hard, and I usually just go for instinct when I sideboard, whether or not it is right or not. And that's what how you can tell by how I talk about my sideboard. I'm like, oh, this is good here, maybe. This is good here, maybe. But when you have Authority of the Consul out in Cleric Class, like, these aren't the best cards ever, and they're also not necessarily part of our main game plan, right? And they're bad against certain decks. So what I like about it is now when I go to game 2 against certain things, I can be like, okay, I have to take out Authority of the Consuls. What am I adding in? And it makes me pay more attention to the sideboard, and it actually engages me. It forces me to be better at sideboarding because now I have to actively think about, oh, this card is good. Let me bring this in instead of the Authority of the Consuls, right? And so that's a hot tip for people. Put bad cards in your main deck so you have to sideboard and you have to pay attention and think about it. And with that, let's play some matches. Right. Our opponent is mono green. Oh no, they're green black. They are not mono green with the blooming marsh. So they're probably the fight rigging deck, which can be a little problematic for us. Or maybe they're ultimatum. I have no idea what to expect here. Making food. So they are a Sultai, yeah, Emergent Ultimatum. That's not good. That is not good for us at all. Now, depending on what happens, though. Alright. I actually don't care. Like, we give them back the Liliana. And I don't necessarily care about Titan in that. I mean, I care, right? I do care. But we're going to be gaining a lot of life here. Now, it's awful that Vorinclex will randomly mess up our Resplendent Angel and stuff, but... So... Now I have to figure out what I want to do. Because I don't know, maybe we need to go for the company here to try and gain life. Yeah, I don't think we can bishop. Alright. This... Is this good enough? That will gain 4. Yeah, no, we did not gain enough life, sadly. If we don't die here... Okay. Oh, we're dead here. We're at 1. Opponent will gain control of something. But we're not in a terrible place. We won. Oh, that was only best of one, but that's fine. That's fine. I hope that was a good game for y'all. Okay, I made sure we were in a best of 3. But that was a good best of 1 game. So it makes up for it. And here we go. So, if we do Speaker here and our opponent doesn't do anything, next turn we get to Authority of the Consuls. Alright, this is kind of fine. Authority and Cleric Class will have us gain 2 life instead of 1 with our lifelink here. Which is good, and we might be able to get up to actually 27 fairly quickly. One of the problems with Speaker is that sometimes it's just very hard to get to that life total. So now we can just wait. I mean, not wait. We want to gain life. We want to draw land. Our opponent might be on some type of combo deck. Yeah, with Feather. That's what I figured. Alright. So let's try and go off here and win. We're not gonna win, but our opponent could have a lot of really bad things happening, though. Oh, and that's really good. We gain 1 more life. Ouch. Uh-oh. We need this collected company to be good. Are they gonna Reckless Rage here? Well, I feel like they should have done that during their turn. Because now we can CoCo and really mess them up. Alright, come on. Good job. Just a casual 58 life. Fun times. I think we might want March. I don't know if we want our opponents... Ooh, wait, is Rest in Peace good against Feather? No, it's not. Okay. Maybe we do want a Lyra. Lyra can get really, really big, but I think if we're getting to 5 mana and not dead yet, means our opponent hasn't done a lot. And we wait. Okay, we have removal and interaction. Our opponent mulligans, though, a lot. I mean, mulligan to 5 with feather is, like, easy. We should have done Temple Garden turn 1. I just was too dead set on doing that. Because we're going to be taking 2 damage now. If we did that on turn 1, Eiganjo turn 2, Farmland comes into play. Oh! Good thing we have our March. Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Do they have Pro? Well, that's what I figured they did. So we get to march it again. During our turn, I played the wrong land. Which is great, by the way. So happy for me. They're gonna have Containment Priest, and I will cry. Go, CoCo. GG. I mean, our opponent could have, like, something. But they're not gonna. I'm sorry. Okay. Turn 1 speaker. We'll gain a couple life, never enough, though. Mono green. Maybe this is actually mono green. I think we have a good matchup against mono green. Oh, but if they are fight rigging, that's another thing, though. Great henge? Okay. If we can land into... If we can CoCo next turn, and we get the... That is, we go to 1. Alright. That doesn't do anything, though. We needed to CoCo into that and another one. Alright, no Cleric Class. Maybe one Authority is fine. I don't know if I like Lyra. Do you want... Those seem fine. Maybe we want March over a Cleric Class. What was really bad, right, was we didn't get that land. Okay. At least we're gonna be gaining life from the bishops. A turn too slow, but... Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna do Valkyrie here to gain 4 life. And then, like, maybe I'm supposed... I get, in the theoretical world, maybe Bishop is good, because then we gain life for each angel. But next turn we get to Bishop and Valkyrie, which is probably really good. Because I think that puts us... Yeah, but I think killing the pack leader is probably important. We don't want our opponent to draw cards. Or to draw less cards. Oh, Elder Gargaroth. That's not good. That's very not good. Okay. Alright, GG. Alright, I think we're fine here. I mean, okay. So I'm gonna get rid of the march, you know, if our opponent has stuff, our opponent has stuff. But we have a turn 1 speaker, Metallic, and Valkyrie, yeah. Elves, okay. No blocks. We will choose Angel. Go. Nope. Everything is so weak. Is there any way we're supposed to Giada there? I don't think so. But this is rough. I mean, is it rough? Not really. Not really. We're kind of fine. I think I do want a Giada here. We gain... No, I mean, but if we do this, right? And then next turn, Giada will gain us some life. Maybe? Huh, interesting. There's a lot of, like, moving parts and calculus that I don't want to do. And also, if our opponent has any interaction here, yeah, ram through. Good for them. Another land or elves. I think we have to take this 10 here. And then we'll decide what to do next turn. Our opponent is now top decking. Oh, okay. I guess we do this now to see what happens. Yeah, no, that... should be fine. I don't know, actually. Because we're not... We're still taking, what, 10 here? But that's fine. Giada's gonna gain us a lot of life. And we need to just attack, I think, right? Yeah, and we take 10 again. GG. Well, thank you for watching me play some Explore CoCo Angels. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we played this deck before, and it's still just as great, just as powerful. And I think what I learned here is I do think the quote-unquote extra cards are relevant, the ones that aren't the gain 1 life Soul Warden card. I think Authority of the Consul, Cleric Class, and March, and maybe other removal. I think there is room there in the main deck to have a lot more potential for interactive game 1s, or to have cards that are maybe better in a metagame that you expect. The 1/1 creature just was never really particularly good for me, and so I think being able to change that to other cards is probably the right call. Metallic Mimic, it was fine. I wouldn't love it, but I think the March, having maybe more main deck removal and interaction, so you're not just zero zoned in on the collected company, it might be worth it. I also think Cleric Class was fine. Authority Consuls, I've always been very surprised, and in different matchups, it can be really, really backbreaking for your opponent. So, yeah, I think that was great, and I hope you learned something from this video. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always comment below. But otherwise, a great way to support me is to like or subscribe to the channel. You can always watch me at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve, where I play live, and that's always a good time. And yeah, I just hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.